College Station. I'm Grace Hollowell, and today I'm joined by our activities assistant from the Parks and Recreation Department, Patrick Lewis. Hi, Patrick.
Hello and welcome.
Welcome back.
Yes, I'm happy to be back.
Yes, we always have a fun time when you're on the show, and we're going to learn a little bit about you and what you do today, as well as all of the fun things that Parks has planned for this upcoming fall season. It's hard to believe that it's already September. It feels like summer just started yesterday, and now we're already heading into fall. So let's kick things off and give us a little bit of background about you and what you do here for the city.
Well, a little bit about myself. I'm a local. I grew up here in Bryan College Station, so this is my hometown. I went to A&M, always wanted to go to A&M because I've been going to those games since I was a little kid.
Yeah.
I participated in like our little T-ball events. I remember going by Southwood playing T-ball, going to like the Little League baseball games, and then like after that you have your great philosophical talks at Wings and More, like which wing is the best wing?
Wings and More is one that I was told when I first moved here. I was like, where do I go for food? What is the best local place? And everybody said Wings and More.
I'm still biased. Wings and More is still my favorite wings, but childhood bias and a lot of memories attached to it. So that's a little bit about me. I've been working with the Parks program for about 5 years full time. I've been a little bit everywhere. I worked at Wolf Pen. I helped out at Myers a bit. Helped out at Southwood, and I've been solidly located at Lick Creek. And the great thing is I'm now just focusing on Lick Creek because we have a lot of programs and events happen there.
What is one thing that you wish people knew about your area of expertise in the Parks Department?
In Parks, we, people think Parks and Rec, they think a lot of sports and activities, but we also do a lot of conservation stuff.
Right.
So one thing most people might not realize is that College Station is a bird city. We just got this in January, and out of the 2,000 cities we have in the state of Texas, 15 of them have it.
Right.
And College Station is one of them. So there's things you can do to help out. I know one big thing is we do have a bird, page 6, let me activate my cheat sheet. We have a bird migration window painting contest. So to help with birds migrate, most times birds they deal with death by traveling across while they're migrating.
Yeah.
And so one way to help that is to reduce window collisions. And one thing you can do, you can paint your windows. We have a fun little contest. And this is one of our bird city initiatives that we need to do. And the contest is going to start in October and ends in November 30th. And basically you design like anything you want on the window. I remember last year I made a Monty Python reference. I draw African swallow, European swallow, and then had a lot of fun with that. So it's up to your imagination and how involved you want to be, and this really does help with the birds migrating south towards South America.
Yeah, and that's something, I don't know if there's any, 90s kids out there that remember those commercials. I think it was for Windex.
Oh, yeah.
Where the birds hit the window, and then, they always are fine. They're a little confused,
Yeah.
But in real life, that does happen,
Yeah.
And 9 times out of 10, the birds are not okay.
Yeah.
So anything that we can do to help, especially with College Station being in that direct migration path. So where can people find out more about the Bird City Initiative?
Yeah, if you ever type in City of College Station Bird City, it'll show up a lot of different things. It shows our conservation groups, things you can do to help have native plants in our garden that's good for birds, hummingbirds, and things you can do. Another thing we do at the Nature Center, some people might not know, we do collect seeds that are native to the state of Texas. And if you want them, you can just come and grab them and ask, and we'll have a little cheat sheet that tells you how to plant them. Planting season is getting closer because you want to plant in October, September, November, December. So come by, stop by the Nature Center. We have we're trying to collect seeds in our garden that you see there. So, show what we have and collect them.
Yes, and you mentioned being a College Station local, and you have that hometown pride, and being an Aggie and growing up here and staying here. So what makes you so passionate about College Station and working in the Parks Department for the city?
I think one thing, since the town was good to me growing up, I have a lot of fond memories here that I do treasure. And that's the thing with each generation, you got to provide that for the next. So
Right.
I'm going to do my part to make sure the next generation of families have those memories with their kid, like father-son moments where you think back and you will treasure those moments. I want to make sure we make those memories for the community that raised me, because that's how you get back.
Right, yeah. And what are some of your favorite memories growing up here? Were you involved in the city programs?
I remember T-ball specifically. Little League was always fun. I played a lot of soccer here, so having soccer games, I remember we made I think in teen it was like the Mean Green team, and like coming up those memories, playing with my buddies, and then afterwards just enjoying the moments with that. And I'm happy we have opportunities to do that here, either with sports. I know our athletic program does a lot of things with sports. I forgot Adamson's Lagoon.
Yeah.
I remember going down the big slide, and like the big goal for me as a kid is like, can I get all the way across those lily pads as quickly as possible? Like I try to think of all the different ways to balance and go across it efficiently, and those are things that the city does very well. Where our programs with Star Party, or not Star, yeah, Star Party is good, but it's the Starlight series. So if you just
Yes.
want to come out to a concert, enjoy a free concert, go to Wolf Pen. We have Starlight. If you want to go to Adamson Lagoon and enjoy the pool while it's still high, because I know summer's not going to end until probably October or November,
Right.
knowing the weather. But Adamson Lagoon's great. And then we also have our senior centers at Lincoln, our community, which is for kids, adults. We have senior programs there, and we also have senior programs at Meyer and Southwood. And then we have our nature center at Lick Creek. So we have a little bit of everything, and then all of our different athletic facilities as well. So that's the thing with Parks and Rec, is where the community is, and that's what we're trying to do our job there.
Yes, and it is something that you can attest to, that we're there for you for your entire every stage of your life, whether you're a kid playing sports or an adult getting involved in our conservation programs or seniors looking for your community. Our College Station Parks has something for everyone. And what is something that you have learned in your time here working for Parks and Rec?
Things that I've learned is it's always good to be adaptive.
Yes.
There's always something to learn, because I knew nothing about plants when I first started here. I was like, yeah, that's a bush, that's a tree, that's a flower. That's about all I knew. And there's things that you can do to get involved with. We have plant pools at Lick Creek the second Saturday of each month in the fall, from I think it's 8 to it's probably 9 to 11 or 9 to noon. And you can learn about plants if you just want to download the iNaturalist app, or I think Google Lens. If you don't know what a plant is, you're like curious, just take a picture of it. And it feels like you're playing Pokemon in real life. It's like, all right, I don't know what that bird is. I don't know what that bug is. I don't know what that plant is. Let's go find out. And you're like, all right, my phone is my Pokedex right now. I just take a picture and just try to see what's all the crazy things we have out there.
Yes, and that is something too that is good to continue learning, and especially where you have your niche, your specialty, but building upon those skills and getting more comfortable with the things that you may not be so strong in, and continually learning. And our parks programs provide a lot of those opportunities, not only for employees, but for our residents as well.
Yeah, and also volunteer service as well,
Yes.
because I know as a kid we had the Natural Honor Society. You need to get your volunteers hours, so we're trying to provide ways for kids can volunteer, because I know for the haunted hike we're trying to get volunteers to help out with a fun little event where people get dressed up, be a little silly, try to make it a festival event, and we're trying to improve it. We have plant pools where we're going to be planting trees potentially in the fall, replanting plants, learning how to put seeds, collect seeds, move the seeds back, put them in, and just general weeding if you want to learn how to do it, because it's crazy how therapeutic getting your hands a little dirty, messing with the dirt can feel, because you're just thinking about this, you're not thinking about anything else, you're
Right.
just in the moment. And sometimes we need those moments.
Yeah, it's important to slow down sometimes.
Absolutely.
Before we get into the meat and potatoes of this episode, what is one thing that most people don't know about you?
Probably I ran for Yell Leader in college.
Okay.
I ran for senior Yell Leader. I think I only had, I think it was like 824 or 740, but I ran for Yell Leader. If you meet me now, it probably makes sense, but I was very happy to I want to be, the local, College Station person to be a Yell Leader. That was one of my big things. And I was scared to death to do it, because you got to put yourself out there and you got to go out. I think they still have me on the mug down for Yell Leader debates. I kind of look at that every now and then. It's just kind of funny to see how, my mental state at that time and like what my main focus was, and just take a little snapshot of me at that moment.
Well, yeah, and that kind of translates over to what you do now a little bit. You are, so involved in the community and being that voice. So, talking a little bit about the fall and Halloween events that the Parks Department has going on, can you give us a quick overview and Parks' role in creating these seasonal events that make this time of year so special?
Yeah, it's kind of crazy how we have this plan so far in advance. Like, we have to have our schedules kind of printed in July, so when August hit, we'll have our calendar open for the public. So we plan about 6 months in advance, and we try to get all the details down, all the recreational events that will happen with sports coming up, because we have all the students coming back and playing like volleyball, soccer, kickball of all things, because I play kickball myself and I got way too into it. Like, I pulled my hamstring twice, I jammed my fingers.
Oh, no.
But the best thing about that is just a way to get people to come together and do something together and get a little active. So that's something with athletics and things. We have the tourism events where we have people coming out of state to have our tournaments here, things along those lines. We have, I think we have fall events. I think Food Truck Wednesdays at Wolf Pen. I think we still have some concerts going at Wolf Pen. At Lick Creek, we have a lot of meditation activities going on. Holistic Health Day was a general health day event. We'll have birding 101s throughout the fall. We have our haunted hike event. We have our trunk or treat with a T, tree, and then there's a little T at the end, where it was very fun. Where it's just a little community event where we have some booths. We'll have a haunted, not haunted, but Halloween theme. Have some booths there, have some candy, have some prizes, be a little silly, and it's around Wolf Pen, where we have a lot of different houses, apartment complex, where hopefully an easy walk for some people.
Yes, and what is it about fall that makes it such a special time for Parks and the programming that you plan?
I think fall, I'm biased. I think fall's just the best because we have the best holidays, hopefully not as hot. But
you never know.
Yeah, you never know. It could be till like December. We're like, oh, it's still like 70 out. How that happens? Texas, December. But I think we have the better holidays, the better weather, football season. So everyone's just a little bit excited because there's so much hopes and dreams with A&M finally winning a national championship since 1939. We might hit that in my life point. Who knows? But we have a lot of fun activities, since fall typically has a lot of fun events. Like October, we're having the haunted hike, we're having trunk or treat, we have Senior Fall Festival. In November, we have camp out events, because hopefully in November things won't be hot. So if you never been camping before and want an easy spot to camp in College Station, we have Lick Creek Park in the Dark, family friendly event, $8 or it might be 10. But you go out there, you get to camp, and if you put up a tent, try to experience the camping experience, and we'll have s'mores, because s'mores are always make things more fun.
Right.
We'll have potentially a night hike out there, and then also if the stars do align, we might have the Brazos Valley Astronomy Club come out there, and we can stargaze. And that's one thing I always like, is staring at the sky and the stars, because I feel like that's always a moving painting.
Yes.
And like if you get to see it in the morning or when it sunsets, it's just beautiful. And that's the great thing about our nature park. You just get to experience the beauty of nature.
Yes, and s'mores is something that I've been told from my time here is a fall and winter thing in Texas. And I'm not used to that, because s'mores is a summer activity where I'm from up north. But I understand now the weather is much nicer here come November. So I can definitely understand that. So what kind of behind the scenes goes into the planning and coordination of such a wide variety of these events?
It's just kind of interacting and getting feedback from our staff, from who worked that event, and also people who attend our events. Like, all right, what you like, what you didn't, what can we improve? Sometimes some things might work, some things might not. Some we try again, or sometimes, all right, that was a fail. We'll scrap that idea. So there's a lot of planning that goes involved, and also trying to get sponsorships from local businesses and things along those lines, and just trying to help people out in our community and try to think what do things the community might want or need. So we try to listen to that feedback as best we can. We try to plan it as far as ahead we can. And the good thing is, a lot of these events we've done before, like Christmas in the Park.
Yeah.
We try to improve upon it this as much as we can. And I think last year it was just really cold, and so I think this year we're trying to only have one day, so it's not as crazy. But we're really excited because there's still like memories when I was a kid. I loved going underneath the giant Christmas tree and spinning a circle and getting a little dizzy. But I'm happy kids are still experiencing those moments and having those moments with the kids and the family.
Yes, that is something that I think that y'all do really well, is those traditional events and bringing them back every year, and changing to kind of adapt to what people want to see, but also keeping those core aspects of it the same, for those, like you said, family traditions. And with the planning, like you mentioned earlier, adaptability is really important because like the weather can change, or, the venue can change for certain events depending on different things. So what is something that has been the most challenging when it comes to putting on these events and programs?
I think just getting the as they say, the devil's in the details, just trying to get everything you need done ahead of time, because once October hits, we're going to be sprinting now.
Right.
Because the event's about here, so if you don't have everything set and ready, like for me playing for the Haunted Hive, make sure we get all the volunteers, make sure I get all the descriptions they need, what forms they need to fill out, testing all the equipment that we're going to be using, make sure that works, trying to make sure it goes within our budget, and just trying to make it work. And then the great thing is I have a wonderful staff that I get to collaborate with. So I have some ideas, some of them are good, some of them bad. But the great thing is we also have other people who have their own input, their own how they see the world, and they can come up with great ideas that I'm like, I want you to support you in doing this. And we can add that and increase into the fold. So the event becomes a little bit better, a little bit more special, because when you're doing something out of passion, something you like about it, most of the time it's going to be a good thing. A good outcome is going to happen. And I'm happy we have wonderful staff who do that. People are passionate here in the parks because, we do this because we love what we're doing. And that's one thing I'm really happy. We fill our staff and faculty with that.
Yeah, and it is something, the next question that I had on the flip side of the challenges, is something that is the most rewarding, and you kind of touched on that, is being able to give back and provide these things for our residents. But what is the most rewarding thing at the end of a really stressful event?
Stressful event, I think just seeing like the individual impacts of it, because I remember after my first Park in the Dark, I remember a father-son putting up their tent for the first time, and then having a little fun with just shaking out all the water and the dew, because you have your tarp over that just in case dew or rain happen.
Yeah.
Just having moments like that, or just the individual moments when I'm at Lick Creek, where I just meet some people who frequently attend the park, ask if they've been there the first time or not. If they haven't, I'll show them, hey, this is the great thing about our park.
Yeah.
Or I remember I talked to someone who was from Korea who graduated from A&M, and his daughter was going to A&M, and he remembered the moment how much he liked Lick Creek Park. And I got to talk with him about that. Like, I'd never been to Korea before, but it was such a fun interaction, because everyone has a story to tell, and we're part of a community, and
Yes.
as being part of the parks and being a civic servant, is understanding their perspective, understanding their story, and try to see how we can intertwine it with ours.
Yes, those moments are definitely special for all of us here, and getting to see the impact that we have, that we might not always see. And we've mentioned the events here and there on this episode, but quickly, why don't we kind of give a rundown of what special events we have coming up?
Special and new ones. I know one thing that's always great is our Heartfulness Family Yoga. It's just a fun way if you're kids and you just kind of unwind. You kind of forget how tense your body can get throughout the year. So our Heartfulness Family Yoga, it's all ages are welcome. It's free. It'll be on Saturday. It's gonna be August 30th, September 6th, October 11th, November 15th, and December 20th from 10 to 11. So that's something you can do. We also have general meditation classes, I think on Sundays that are free from 11 to noon. So if you just want to just get in the habit, be a part of that community. And also this group, they do a Holistic Health Day. So I think it's the first Sunday each month. I think it's from cheat sheet. from a holistic health day is from 10 to 12:45. They have a variety of different yoga health stuff you can do, and it can get you into it. We also have specialty programs where like a letter writing to a personal touch in December by Esther Turner, very sweet lady, and she will kind of show you how to write certain letters, the calligraphy, and how to make sure you write well, and send those special note cards when December comes, when people send their Christmas cards out. Or we also have a forest walk with Esther, where you just get to appreciate nature on November 12th on Wednesday from 10 to 11:30. We're just going out in nature to enjoy it and decompress and relax and just focus on that. New program, we have Spanish 101, which is birding 101 in Spanish. So that will be on Saturday, June 7th, September 6th, December 6th, from at 8:30 a.m. We still have, what else do we got? We have Haunted Hike. We did it was successful last year. We're trying to make it a little bit better, so we're trying to improve the secondary events. We're trying to make it a little bit more fall festival event, because last year we just did the hike, so we're trying to improve on the secondary attractions. That's going to be October 17th from 6:30 p.m. to 9:30 p.m. and it's going to be $10, ages 13 and up, because we're trying to make it a little scary, so we can't have the kids
little
there.
kids there.
We got Mud Day coming up this September. On September 20th, 8 to 11. I remember, I don't know if you did that as a kid when you were young.
I did. I went to a summer camp back home in Pennsylvania, and on one of the final days of camp, it wasn't like an organized thing, but our cabin would always, whenever it would rain, there would be a big mud pit, and we would slide down the hill and get all covered in mud, and then we would go jump in the pool to rinse off. So apologize to the people who had to clean the pool, but we will not be doing that here.
Yeah, and the best part is your kids can get muddy at the park. You can rinse them off, bring a towel, dry them off, so you don't have to worry about the mud hopefully coming back to you on the way home.
Right.
And kids don't get as muddy as they used to, so this is this is the program to go do that. So
definitely bring extra towels and extra clothes to that one.
Yeah, and if you ever want to learn about how to take care, if you wanting to have a bird feeder for like birds, we also have programs. The Joy of Birding on Wednesday, September 17th at 10 a.m. at the Lincoln Center. It'll show you what you need to do for like having a bird feeder, how to take care of it, what you need to do for that. We have a Bluebird Luncheon at the Gary Halter Nature Center on November 5th. Just to learn more about birds. And then we also have Christmas Birds and Bobs at Wanda's Meyer Senior Center from December 9th, which is a Tuesday, from 9 to 10 a.m. And the great thing is John Mims, he works at Wild Birds Unlimited in Kingswood, Texas, and he knows everything you need to know about birding. And I'm learning so much from him about birding, because you just put a bird feeder up. That's all you really do. Apparently there's especially bird feed that they spike it with very spicy food, because birds, they can't taste spice. Mammals like raccoons and squirrels do. Mm-hmm. So it will work. So the squirrels won't eat your feed, and the birds who you want to have there are going to more likely eat it. Eventually, we get some crazy Cajun squirrels who eventually like, no, I like the spicy food. But animals are going to adapt as animals adapt. But, it's really cool to learn from him and how the impact you can do and little things like that. Like hummingbirds, one thing John Mims told me was if a house owner left and they always had hummingbird feeders, hummingbirds will remember where the feeder is, because when they travel and migrate. So you'll see, if you ever wonder why you're at your house and you just see hummingbirds humming or by your window looking very confused, like, hey, where's my food? They remember that the food station was here, and they'll come back for it.
Yeah. They're like, hey, Wings and More, where is it?
Yeah. Precisely. And then, like I said, we have a bird migration window painting contest. That starts... The residents are able to participate October 1st to November 30th. And you'll send your photo of what you painted to parks@cstx.gov by November 30th. The city will try to select the top 3 to 5 designs and put them on social media for the winners. Winners will be announced on December 3rd. If you need to ever get more information, you can contact the front desk at 979-764-3486. And then something not completely related, we're also trying to do a D&D quick play. We're trying to do that at the Nature Center because Dungeons and Dragons is becoming a very big thing.
It is.
The best part about D&D is just you and your friends can meet up on a regular basis because the days can be very hectic. And the great thing with D&D, you can kind of make a story together, and you're doing that with your friends. And so we're trying to have an event on September 13th, October 11th, and November 8th, and December 13th from 4:30 to 10 p.m. on Saturday. I know that's going to compete with some A&M football games, but there might be some people who are not as invested in A&M football, which we'll try to provide that opportunity for them.
Yeah, and it's a great environment too because D&D is one of those things where if you're not as familiar with it or you've only played once or twice, it can seem kind of intimidating to join a group that already is established or knows what they're doing. So this class kind of gives the opportunity for beginners as well.
Yeah. We're trying to accommodate. So it's like you just come in, pick up. We have people. I play it. So and one of my friends who works with us, he's a really good dungeon master, and so we'll try to guide you through it. There's an app that we have that makes it really easy, and we'll try to, guide through it, have some fun memories, make silly things, and just enjoy the afternoon on Saturdays.
Awesome. So how can residents get involved in these events, whether as participants or a volunteer or a sponsor? How can they get more involved?
Get more involved. If you ever, I think, type in City of College Station programs, it should have all our programs for the fall. All our programs are divided in community events, youth events, senior activities, and things along those lines. So we'll have each demographic along those lines. And you can always reach out to the Parks Department, and we can lead you to the right direction. So you can always go to the world headquarters of Parks and Rec in College Station. We have that sign. I always find that whoever put that was a great person because it is great. And you can get involved that way. Oh, I forgot to plug in Trunk or Treat. That event's on October 24th. It's a free event. It's from 5:30 to 8:30 p.m. at Wolf Pen Creek Festival site.
Yes, and we did that one last year, and the kind of the point of it and the play on words is trunk or treat, treat REET.
Mm-hmm.
So what does that mean? Why the treat aspect of that event?
Oh yeah, because we're trying to give away trees, and that's one thing that can always help is just free trees. So you can, because Arbor Days is in the fall, and we're trying to help give out more trees. More trees are typically good because when you have more trees in the community, it brings more shade. The trees can absorb more water, so hopefully that will reduce, some flooding if we have more plants and vegetation. Also decrease the temperature in College Station, just because if you have a lot of concrete and the sun heats down on it, it's going to reflect it and keep it. And I don't know if you stand on asphalt for a long time, the heat.
Right.
So having a lot more shade trees are always appreciated. If you ever go to like a soccer game and things along those lines, if you ever go to a park and just need to cool off for a bit, the difference between shade and summertime can make.
Yes.
So we're trying to. And you can plant these in your house, and you can watch it grow up as your kid grows up. And that's something I always thought that was really cool. You can plant the tree and remember this moment. Hey, I remember this. Like take a picture of that, and then come back later and just look how big it grows along with your child.
Yeah. So it's a fun combination of trick or treating for everyone, for kids and for adults. Yes. Everybody gets a treat.
Yeah. I think last year I was in the chicken costume. So if you wonder who that was, that was me. So I dressed up in the inflatable chicken costume. So.
Okay. Do you have any fun costumes picked out for this year?
Oh.
Or are they surprises?
I'm going to leave them as a surprise.
Okay.
That's where the fun is. That's kind of like the point of trunk or treat and our haunted hike is get in the spirit of it because you don't have to be. The best part is you can be a little silly. You get to dress up. You get the spirit of trying to decorate. Be in the spooky month as it is and. Enjoy the seasons while we can because, each one doesn't stay forever. And that's the great thing about it because it makes us appreciate it.
Yes, that limited time to get to enjoy all of the fun fall things. So looking ahead here, for somebody new to College Station, which fall or Halloween events would you recommend? If they can't go to all of them, which are the main ones that they should check out?
For me, I'm biased. I'm planning the haunted hike event. I think the haunted hike event is going to be great, but I think our campouts are always pretty great because you don't have to travel too far. It's within city limits, and if you never need any camping gear, I think you can go to. I think we got REI now.
Yes.
We have Academy, and you also have outdoor adventures at A&M. You can always rent a tent, and not worry about maintaining it, getting the dew off of it, and more importantly, storage. Because
Yes.
I find that it's very easy to collect a lot of things and trying to find a place to put it. So renting can be a great option, and you can go to, I think, Outdoor Adventures and rent it from there. I don't know if you can rent at REI, but I know they have great stuff and things on sale for that. So I think those. Oh, and Christmas in the Park.
Yes,
Love
obviously.
Christmas. Love Christmas in the Park. The great thing is we'll have the lights and all that up. I think starting. I forgot exactly when it's.
It's the day after Thanksgiving.
I think the day after Thanksgiving. So it's gonna be a free thing. So it's the mini Santa's Wonderland. It's not.
Yes.
It's not gonna be as big. And
but this one is free.
Yeah, this one's free. So anytime you just want to walk around the park, we have a little water, we have all the trees and things decorated, and it could just be a great time, just like decompress and just enjoy, the fall weather. And if you need to have someone around your arm, you're just like, oh, look at all these lights, and that could be a great moment for there.
Well, perfect. And we talked about a lot of events today. So where can people go to find out more?
If you just type in City of College Station Fall Program, and it should have, click that link, you scroll down, there should be a little program guide. If you ever need to pick up a program guide, you can always go to the Central Park, the world headquarters for College Station, or you can go to Myers, Lincoln Center, Southwood Community Center, or the Gary Halter Nature Center at Lick Creek Park. We have our program guides out there. If you just want to take a picture of it or take it, you're more than welcome to. But that's why we got them, is for y'all. And also for us, sometimes we forget things. That's why we have a little cheat sheet with us.
Okay, well, before we go, we're going to do some fun, quick this or that questions, all related to fall programs and fall things. So are you ready?
Yep.
Okay, are you an apple cider person or a pumpkin spice latte person?
Ooh, apple cider.
Yeah, me too. Do you prefer a daytime fall festival or a nighttime haunted hike? I think we already had that answer.
Haunted hike, obviously.
Yes.
Especially because cool weather, because it can still be hot in October.
Right. So do you prefer hay rides or corn mazes?
Ooh. I grew up going to Santa's Wonderland. Hay rides are a must for me.
Okay. And Freddie or Jason?
Ooh.
The age-old debate.
I think Freddie.
Okay, Freddie. And finally, are you of the mindset that candy corn is delicious or disgusting?
Both.
Both. Okay. Explain that.
You eat so much of it, you get sick of it.
Okay.
Because there's a certain threshold once you eat so much of it, like, oh no, I realized my mistake.
Yes.
But it's very delicious, and it takes me back as a kid when I was eating it. So I do like it, and it can be my little delight where it's like I get a handful, like, oh no.
Yes.
It's like start eating one, you can't stop because you get that little sugar rush and the dopamine. It's like, oh. Then realize, oh no, I don't feel good.
I ate too much, right. So candy corn is delicious in small doses.
Yes.
Well, thank you so much for being here today. We had a lot of fun. One more time, cstx.gov/parks guide for all of the programs that we talked about today. And Patrick, thank you so much for being here.
No, it's a pleasure. I always enjoy interacting with you, and this is a fun way to promote our events and interact with the community.
Yes. And that's what's up.